Hi again everybody, and welcome to another video. This one, thankfully, is a common barn update. Far too long overdue. So I've put the projects to one side, and I've spent a day on and off concentrating on the layout. Now, if you can cast your memories far enough back, you'll be able to remember that the work done was minimal. Basically everything had been taken up, and I had pretty much a blank baseboard with just the tunnel mouth and the tunnel itself built. Well, today we have progressed, so if we just move over to this side, hopefully you can tell what's been going on. So yeah, as before, you know, all this was just blank, the tunnel was blank, but today I've made a start up on the tunnel, and this is how we're looking now. So basically all I've done is I've continued the style of foliage and scenery that I have there. So I like to go for a lot of yellows in my ground cover. Continued that there. Up the side of the tunnel mouth we've got a hanging basket liner, and then to the top we've got the allotment that was there in this corner originally. The style is back there, so I may try and fashion some kind of dirt path, you know, up the side of there, some stairs, something like that. And then the shed and the chicken house are back in position there at the back, as is the nice little flower tree, and I've added another tree here as well. The fencing, my usual matchstick style, so I'll get that painted up and let it all add to the rickety feel of common barn. So very happy with how that's come out. This side is just covered in hanging basket liner, obviously not finished yet as I need to paint the tunnel up and things, but you know, you can't really see that side, and hanging basket liner is in abundance, so I've filled that end with it. Some of the ground cover on there isn't yet fully stuck down, but it will be before the end of the night. So that's the tunnel. We come down, obviously, yeah, as I just said, tunnel mouth needs painting up. It will look the same as the other end, so a nice stony colour. And then we come down to here. So as I hope you can remember before, this fence here used to come, you know, right across up to here, and we had the gateway there, and the road used to branch off around that corner. Well, now the crossing's here, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to bend this fencing round what's left of the embankment, and blend it in there with the end of the buffer stop, and then the gateway is going to sit there. Now I have just had one of my low loader lorries out to make sure the angle is enough there. That would be prototypical to get a large lorry across there if needed, and I'm glad to say I've got plenty of room for that. So that's what's happening here. So the fence is going to bend round, the gate's going to be there, and then I'll work on the scenery and ground cover around this fencing. The ground cover there itself is a gravel car park, like on this side, and that swoops all the way around. If I move my work wagons out of the way, swoops all the way around to the end of the, you know, end of the platform, so the car parks match on each side of the track. So in here it'll just be additional parking. I'm obviously going to blend the gravel and the muck road to the yard together, but yeah, more on that when I do it. So things left to do in this area. Once I've painted the tunnel, I can do the ground cover around the tunnel mouth. I'm going to repaint the crossing and get the gates on, then turn my attention to the road. The road's going to need some work doing to it. You can see there where we used to have the railway crossing, so That's going to need a lick of paint and maybe a sand down. And then here I've made a start on the playground. Hopefully you can all remember that that's what my plan was for this area. I'm going to have an old loco that's been turned into a climbing frame in there. It's going to be a very tight fit. I've just been measuring it up, but obviously the fencing on the corner has to have enough clearance for coaches, etc. So my little play area is going to be literally, you know, a tight squeeze in there, but hopefully, you know, I can get away with it, and I think that's going to look good. I've just put a little gate in there, obviously with it being a playground. And that's how we're looking at this end now. Oh, I've continued the wall, you know, down here. And that's basically it for this end. So I'm happy. It's been a good day. It was all blank at the start of the day. I've pretty much got the tunnel done, and I'm making headway with the other areas. So yeah, so I'm happy with how it's turned out. Other things on the layout that I've done, I've just refitted the buffer stop there. The platform's just going to be a whole different project in itself. I need to scratch build another ramp for the end there, get all my fencing on. I'm in two minds whether to flag it like the last one. I'd like to, because I like the effect it gave, but the Metcalf paving stones that I used, they weren't the easiest. You know, they're not built to measure for a homemade platform piece, so it was a bit of a farce, a bit crazy paving-esque, but I did like the look, so I'm toying with the idea of what to do with it. I don't really want to put a printed sheet on it. I'm not always a fan of paper and card things, so I wouldn't like to do that really. So yeah, but that's going to be a project in itself. Then obviously I've got a lot of fencing down here that's been added and needs painting up all the way down. Got a new truck, new Base Toys Leyland flatbed. I think it were only £4 from a local cafe model area place that I went to, so I thought that was a bit of a bargain. In and around the yard I've just been filling areas of foliage, so I've done all the way around the yard crane now. That was all open. There is still some areas left, but I'm going to put little static grass clumps in there as well. And then the other thing is, I've started to blend in the old yard with foliage and things like that. So that's going to be a massive static grass over there as well, just to hide the join. So yeah, it's been a busy day, but productive. I'm happy with how it's looking now. I feel like I've made a lot of progress at this end, and I'm back into the swing, and I've got the vibes of modelling back. So what I'm going to do now is I want to get all that car park gravel glued down, and all the foliage on the tunnel. And then we're practically ready, I think, to make, you know, a proper start on the playground and road. So I'm dying to do the detailing bit, but you know, bigger things need doing first. So there we go. That's what I'm going to be cracking on with. But I just wanted to give you a quick show of what's been going on, just so you know that things are actually going on. And I hope you all like it. So as always, comments welcome, and I'll see you all in the next video. Plenty of projects coming your way. So speak to you all soon. Bye bye.